Hello, ladies and gentlemen, DailyClasher here, and today I'm going to be doing a special interview with Gary from the Twitch stream, GoodGuyGary. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Gary?
All right, hello audience. I'm GoodGuyGary from Twitch TV, and I'm here to do an interview. I play League of Legends.
So, any background information you want to say?
I've been playing games since the original NES, so I've been playing a lot of video games in my life. I got connected with League of Legends, and I've been playing that longer than most games. So I like the community, and I like the competitiveness of the game. So while I have played a lot of other games, and such as MMOs and things of a much slower pace, I just feel connected to League. So I'm still playing that. So.
Alright, that's awesome. So let's get straight into it and talk about your Twitch stream. What was the inspiration behind making your stream? And what are your hopes for it to expand to in the future? And do you think that it could be bigger than it is right now? Like, bigger in the TSM streams, like daily?
Well, I wouldn't, unless right now I know I'm not passionate enough to try to apply myself to get onto a competitive team. I'm mainly doing it for entertainment purposes and a side job for a little money on the side, thanks to the partnerships with Twitch TV. But I would say that if I am able to have a successful schedule where I can balance my studying, because I have to do a lot of studying right now, if I can balance that with a stream schedule, I think that I would see maybe some more potential for growth, because I had 3,000 followers until a couple weeks ago, and I essentially gained 17,000 followers. So that was a pretty big increase for me. I had no idea that it would be as big as that during those last 2 weeks. But again, I could see potential, but we'll see. And I'd have to shift gears though if I want to do anything as far as making it more competitive onto like a professional team. And if that ever was the case, then sure, maybe I could rival some of those more popular streamers. But aside from that, I'm not really sure if it would ever get that popular. But I enjoy what I have. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you see someone going from Bronze 5 to Challenger, it's like something you would want to watch. Like, even at night, like, you're lying down, you want to watch this guy playing. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I'd like to say one thing, though, about that is something I think, and maybe I should emphasize this a little bit more. A couple times recently also where you get some frustrating teams, it can be difficult to exercise this ideology. But my intentions in doing this challenge was not necessarily to get the Challenger, but to try to essentially have a tour of all ELOs and try to have a calm mindset while going through them, because you're naturally going to get bad teams along the way. And still, even in Diamond League, you're still going to get bad teams. But why I initially tried to do this, and I've done it in Season 2 as well, is because when you're not playing on your main account, you don't really feel as stressed out, at least in my opinion. So if you're able to start fresh with a new account and work your way up, and you're able to try to practice just keeping a cool mindset and just having fun with the game and just being chill and having some fun at the same time, I think that's really important, because in the end that will actually result in a much higher rank, in my opinion, because you're not going to be stressed out. Whereas if you're just playing your main account and you're losing some games, it's really easy to get in a bad habit of having a bad mindset and just either raging or stressing out, getting nervous also. So it was kind of to change that for me personally. But once I saw a rise in my stream popularity, I thought I could maybe continue this and do some sort of challenge. So that's where that began.
Alright, so let's move on. What are your drives and motivations behind continuing to stream episodes, and how do you think that you convey to the audience's needs?
Well, okay. In terms of the drives, I'm not going to lie, the financial drive is pretty nice. If I'm appealing to the audience and they watch me and I get a lot of viewers, then I'll receive some income, which is nice. It's a nice kind of side job thing while I study here full time at home. So that's a nice drive for me. But also the appreciation and the enthusiasm I receive, various comments, whether it's on my Facebook page that I recently made or my Twitch TV messages. It's really nice to see people who, I had one guy who had broke up with his girlfriend a week ago, and he just felt like he had nothing going on in his life. And I'm not saying I'm his savior or anything like that, but he just felt like my stream was a really nice alternative to his stress, and he was able to kind of tune everything else out and really enjoy my stream. So little things like that are really nice to see as well. What was the second part of the question?
Like, how do you convey to the audience's needs? Like, how do you listen to them?
Well,
Like,
I mean, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Right now, I don't have a second monitor because I'm using a laptop, but um, people will easily see that I'm very engaged in the Twitch TV chat. I actually don't use a delay, which I did a couple of days, but I found out that it's very difficult to captivate an audience, at least in my opinion, when you have a 2-minute delay or so. So if I have no delay, while there's chances of people go see me in the game, and it happens often, I'm able to still keep in touch with the chat. And so I really like to, sometimes there's a lot of spam. You can't really control that. But if there's questions that I want to answer, I'll answer them. And I enjoy that. So I think that's I don't know. I feel that's appealing for my stream. And also I think I don't know. I'm a pretty social person, and I kind of mess around. I'm pretty goofy too. So it kind of depends on the mood I'm in, I suppose. Maybe some people think I have a little bit of a, well, I don't know, just multiple personality syndrome or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. It's just depending on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm a little bit more analytical. Sometimes I'm more chill. So maybe that's a nice twist. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I mean, I see you pulling up Twitch chat so often, so that's just great. So, let's move on. So, do you do giveaways, like, or did you do them before you got popular, and why? And I know you said you're, like, this is like a second job, but would you have a motivation to do giveaways in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. If I've done a giveaway, it's something very small in the past, and I really can't put my finger on anything in particular. So I really don't have that as a part of my stream right now. I think part of that's due to just kind of a lack of scheduling right now, because I have to prioritize studying over the stream right now, unfortunately. But I should be probably doing some giveaways, because I should give back to the fans that have given me a lot of appreciation. So while I really haven't had anything like that in the past, I will probably be looking for some ideas for my moderators and also for my fans to see what they would recommend what I do for giveaways. Because, I mean, an easy cop-out, I suppose, is just RP giveaways. But if there's anything else that I could help out with, that might be nice. And it could probably also help me get some more popularity. So it's definitely a good path to go down.
Awesome. So now that we're about halfway through the interview, you want to start talking about gameplay. So I know you're in Plat 1 now, and I want to know how you became so good as to reach it.
As to what?
As to reach Plat 1.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just clear two things up. First of all, my main is Diamond 1. So we're referring to the Smurf account.
Yeah.
Because I already have a couple accounts in Diamond. But and you can reach Platinum much higher or much faster. The account initially had lost some placement matches, so that's why it is taking me a bit of time. Also, there is some ghosting, and also I'm not really, like I said, my main goal is not to get there as fast as possible, but to have a good time. So I'm going to be a little bit slower than average, but at the same time, I hopefully tend to win more than I lose, and I would say that results from just, I'd say for me personally, the times I win that are close. Like I had a recent Skarner game where we were down 2 inhibitors and Baron, and we came back. I think it's just you got to have a attitude and mindset of doing the best that you can, not worry about other people. So I actually there's little things you can do. You can mute the teammates that are arguing, because that can tend to pull you into those arguments. It's very negative. So just kind of cut out all the negative stuff and do your best to carry. Make sure you're getting a lot CS and farm all the time and helping out other lanes when you can. Obviously, I'm referring to a jungle role because I main it. But I'm touching on a close game because it's much easier to win an easy game that all lanes are. It's a lot harder to win a game that all lanes are losing. So that's a time where you want to have the right mindset, and obviously mechanics go without saying. They're very important. So that's always good to practice. So that's about that.
Awesome. So, what are your hopes for League of Legends in the future? I know a new champion's coming up. What are your thoughts on that? And do you want to get more skins? Like, I know this is like a controversial question, so to say, but would you want to get more skins, and would you want to see more skins released?
Are you talking about like my account personally, or just like if I
Oh,
want to see
like
the game?
would you want to see more skins released?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they could probably provide more skins than they are now, and like personally, I think the Halloween selection was a disappointment because most of that was previous skins that were just released again. But I mean, Riot has to do a lot of other things, and I think the company is doing they're doing very, very well. They're very successful, but they could probably throw in some more skins. In terms of where I want the game to go, I mean, I think it's going down the right path. They've been very, very good in the past as to the direction that they've been going down, and it's very competitive, and I like that, even though I'm not on a competitive team. Eventually, the game will plateau, just like every other game, but I don't really see that happening anytime soon. So I think it's nothing but good things for the game, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
That's great. So, what do you do in real life? I know you're studying, so is that all you do right now, or?
Well, sad to say, yes. I would say that's pretty much what I do. I've been looking at a few other opportunities for work, but recently the stream's been really popular, and I'm able to get some income through that as a side job. And the good thing about that is I don't really need to go into an office certain times of the day to work. I can kind of stream whenever I can and prioritize studying. I'm studying for my CPA exam, and as far as I know, that's still what I want to go down towards. So I already passed the first part. But if I change my mind and I want to do something else, say I'm either not really interested in the material or I find some other opportunity, maybe I'll switch paths, because it's still a good amount of investment that I have to do for that. But so yeah, so long story short, stream is not my priority, but we'll see. You know, maybe something could come up, whether it be as a sponsorship or some other opportunity where the stream would be linked toward a different path. But as of right now, it's sort of secondary.
Well, in my opinion, that's great for now, but whatever you said, that's great. So, yeah, like your path, you're like leading a good path, streaming and studying for CPA. So, I wish you luck in the other parts coming up. And also, if this is kind of a fun question, if you were put into a 1v1 with any famous team player such as Faker, what are the chances you have to win?
There's a lot of variables in that, but the 1 versus 1 that I'd like to do is I get a lot of crap for some fail smites that I've had in the past. There's actually a video where Double Lift thinks it's Saint Vicious, right? Where it's me that's failing smite as Skarner when there's not even enemy jungler around. So the 1 versus 1 that I could envision would be myself and Saint Vicious killing Baron on opposite teams, and you have smite, and we could see who smites the Baron the best. So that would be my 1 versus 1 I'd like to do. See who's the worst smiter. So,
that's awesome, especially because you're a jungler. It's going to be really funny if that goes down.
There you go.
All right, so 2 more questions left, and this one's more simple. What drove you to play League of Legends, and what other games do you play than League?
Well, let me start with the second one. Right now, I really don't play any other games. I attempted some Steam games like Path of Exile with some friends, but after I saw how popular my stream rose and also how much I need to study for this new section of my exam, I pretty much don't have much time for other things. So, like I said, I kind of treat the stream as like a side job. So it's really mainly League of Legends. Occasionally, when I get bored, I might try something out for a few minutes, but it's rarely consistent. I really can't get involved in anything like that. And anything like an MMO would probably be suicide for me based on what I have to do now. So back to the first question, I got involved in League. I was playing college soccer, and I think it was actually a pickup game just on a random field, and I actually broke my hand, or lifted this hand, sorry. And so I had to have this hand in a cast, and so I just had my right hand, but I needed to fill the time, and I had been away from my video games for a little bit of time, so my roommate's brother actually linked me a trailer of League of Legends on Facebook. I thought, oh, well, actually, that looks kind of crappy, but we'll give it a shot. And so he kind of regrets it now because he thought I got pretty obsessed, and I did. I've been a little bit more mature in how I play the game now, but I still play for a good amount of time. And yeah, that's how I got started. I was known as a clicker because I can only use my right hand, so they have to click the Q, W, E, and R abilities, like the actual abilities themselves, instead of pressing the keys.
Oh.
So yeah, that's how I get involved. And after I got healed and I can use this hand now, I still play. So that's how I got started.
That's awesome. I actually was given the opportunity to play about like a year ago, but I thought it didn't look good, like as well as you, like you, and I got the opportunity again from my friend 6 months ago, and I tried it out, and now I'm like obsessed with it as well.
It can happen. It can have that effect. So it could be a good thing or a bad thing. Just gotta, I guess, just make sure your priorities are in line, and then you can enjoy the game.
Yeah. So, moving on to the final question of the interview. Do you ever check in on the League of Legends forums? I know they could be useful sometimes. So, and if you haven't, have you just been around to like look? Like, have you ever been around once or twice to just look?
I'll occasionally look at them. I don't really check them on a daily basis. I'll check League Reddit a few times a week because I think that has some interesting posts, and it also links some of the important posts on the League of Legends general discussion. So I don't tend to go on the forums, but on the actual League of Legends website. But I will occasionally. There's some interesting stuff, but a lot of that isn't really stuff I'm interested in, like the lore and other certain people have skin ideas. That's all nice and stuff, but I don't really care. So.
Awesome. So I would like to thank you so much for giving up time for the interview and actually coming through with it. I know it was like a short basis, but we got it done, so thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think you threw down a good interview, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever path you want to excel in. So, all right, man. Take care.
All right, I'll see you later tonight watching you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, peace.